Hey guys, it's Paul from Online Sax Academy. In today's lesson, we're looking at the 3 different ways that you can play B flat on the saxophone, when you can use them, and I've put together a play-along study that you can try, which will train your fingers to get used to these 3 different fingerings. Now, before we get started, you should get yourself the free PDF that accompanies this lesson, and the link to that is down below. Now, one quick bit of theory that you need to know is that B flat can also be written as an A sharp. It is more commonly written as a B flat, but if you see an A sharp, all these guidelines about which fingering to use still apply to A sharp as well. So the first and primary way you should play a B flat on the saxophone is with the bis key. Now the bis key is that smaller round key in between our B and A fingers. Now the way we do this is to slide our B finger down so it's half on the B key and half on the bis key. So when we press, they go down together. You definitely don't want to move your A finger up to the bis key and try and hold that down. The whole point is that your usual B fingering is now reset to a B flat fingering just with that same finger. You'll use this fingering nearly all the time, and it's by far the most efficient way. Now the second way to play a B flat is often taught wrongly as the primary way, and this is because it's very similar to a clarinet fingering. The way we do this is we play an A with our left hand, and then with our right hand we push in the bottom side key. Now this is definitely not the default way of playing a B flat on the saxophone. It's a useful fingering for specific situations, but you don't want to use that as your primary method. The reason why we use this side key is if the note before or after it is a B natural. So if you have B natural, B flat, you would use the side key, or B flat, B natural. Now in the study coming up, it's based on a blues in G. And when you're playing a blues in G, you're often mixing between the major third of a B natural and the flattened third of a B flat. And so there's lots of phrases in there where you have B natural and B flat right next to each other. When you see that, you're going to be using this side key method. Now the third way to play B flat is known as the long B flat. You have your first finger at the top and your first finger at the bottom. But you could also use your second finger or even your third finger. But the most common way is one at the top and the first finger at the bottom. Now this fingering's a lot rarer. It tends to be used if you want to say trill from B to B flat. You can just push that on and off really quickly. Or you'll find it can be useful when you want to say go from a B flat to an F, because all we need to do then is move these 2 fingers. And this is particularly true if you have a phrase where you have B natural, B flat, F. That avoids the situation of having to go B natural, side key, B flat, F, where you have this awkward movement here. You can just do B natural, long B flat, and F. And you'll see in the study we have a phrase that uses that. Now there is one phrase where we're going D, B flat, E, B flat, and F, B flat. So when we go from D to B flat, you can keep these 3 fingers down in the right hand, and so you only need to lift off these 2 fingers here. And the same for the E to B flat. You keep these 2 fingers down, just lift off these 2 fingers, and the F to the B flat, again, just lift off these 2 fingers. Now there are some tuning discrepancies with these more novel fingerings, and so you can just use your standard bis key. That will work, but you can experiment with that and see how that feels. You'll find those more unusual long B flats useful if you have to move particularly fast, say between a D and a B flat, rapidly. Now as I mentioned earlier, this study is based on a 12-bar blues in G. Because this is a fingering study, I'm going to be performing it on the alto sax. So if you play tenor sax, then you can get the transposed backing track, and the link to that is down below as well. It can be really useful to warm up with your G minor blues scale and your G major blues scale. And you can see in that major blues scale we have that B flat right next to a B natural. So when you're practicing that, you can get used to using that side key version of the B flat. Alright, so here's this B flat fingering study. Remember, you can use YouTube's playback speed settings to slow it down at first. Now Now don't forget you can get that free PDF for this study and the transposed backing track for tenor sax players. And do check out everything else we have at Online Sax Academy. Once you become a premium member, you'll be able to get access to all the courses we have on the site, including the Sax 101 course, which takes you from the very beginning all the way up to learning every note on the sax. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on future lessons, and I'll see you guys soon.